All right, we are coming into the second and final game of day 2. We are going up against STAX from Memphis. This is a revenge game for Mason and Kyle. We are starting out on offense, I believe. Yes. With Destiny, Heather, Steven, Kyle, Mason, Erica, and Eric. Destiny has been subbed out for Ashley. Everyone else still same on the line. Disc is in the air. Disc is super out. All right, Eric picking up the disc.
Good throw,
Eric getting it over to Steven. Steven getting it to Ashley. Ashley getting it up to Mason. Mason over to Eric. Eric. Throw away, unfortunately.
Up!
Cool.
All right, let's use it, Solar. Solar. Clear, Heather.
All right, turn. Ashley picking up the disc. Ashley getting it to Steven. Goods. Steven throwing it back.
Person!
Lack of communication, unfortunate. That is a point for STAX. We are coming in on point number 2. We are on offense again. Looking like our line is Brett, Raven, Eric, Crystal, Madison, Destiny, and Brandon. Disc is in the air. Eric picking up the disc. Eric getting it over to Brett. Brett looking. Brett getting it over to Madison. Madison getting it back to Eric. Eric getting it over to Brett. Brett getting it over to Raven a little too high. Oh, drop on STAX. Eric picking up disc. Eric getting it over to Brett. Brett getting it up to Raven. Raven back over to Brett. Brett down to Brandon for the point. Starting on D, we've got Madison, Crystal, Charles, Rachel, Ashley, Reed, and Cam. Disc is in the air. That is a point for STAX. On to the next point. We are looking at Ashley, Heather, Erica, Brett, Luke, Lucas, and Steven. We are on offense. Disc is in the air with Ashley picking up. Ashley getting it over to Brett. Brett getting it up to Steven. Steven getting it over to Ashley. Ashley getting it over to Lucas with the run. Chili, chili, chili! Lucas getting it over to Ashley for the reset. Ashley getting it over to Brett. Brett getting it to Heather for the point. My wife. Hey, we're on the next point. We are on defense. We have got Heather, Destiny, Raven, Mason, Brandon, and Luke. Oh, yeah, and Mason. Yep, I got them all.
Nobody else, Mason. Just him on the right. Going back right, Mason. That's right.
Great defense, Solar! Drop on the other team. Luke picking up disc on the turn. Luke getting it up to Brandon. Brandon back to Luke. Luke getting it up to Mason. Mason getting it up to Cam. Cam getting it over to Luke. Luke throwing it up. It's a good run for Brandon. Just a little too short. Great run. Luke, double time on the defense. Luke getting it up to Raven. Raven getting it to Mason. Mason getting it over to Heather. Heather getting it over to Luke. Luke getting it to Cam, great cut. Cam getting it to Brandon. Brandon getting it to Luke for the reset. Mason with the sky! Yeah! All right, we are on the next point. That is Crystal, Madison, AZ, Lucas, Destiny, Raven, Jackson. We're on D. AZ running in for the D. AZ wants it so bad. Raven back over to Jackson. Jackson getting over to Crystal. Crystal back to Jackson. They're right up the middle. That was the point. We are on a new point. We are coming in on O with Rachel, Ashley, Crystal, Madison, Steven, Mason, and Kyle. Kyle and Ashley tossing the disc between each other. Ashley over to Crystal. Crystal back to Ashley. Ashley to Rachel in the center. Rachel back to Ashley.
end zone. Mike, clear. Mike, clear.
Madeline, you're in it. You're in it, Madeline.
Nice, Mason! Okay, turn, stacking down on the end zone. Ashley picking up the disc. That is a point for Steven. That is a point for Solar. 3-3 if I'm not mistaken. All right, new point, we're on defense. Brett, Destiny, Erica, Heather, AZ, Brandon. Point for STAX. We're on a new point coming on an O with Reed picking up on the disc. We've also got Heather, Jackson, Charles. Missing Heather. Heather was wide open. He's going big. He's going deep. Reed putting up the disc, getting it over to Heather. Heather getting it up to Charles. That is a drop.
Watch it!
Kim got the defense, missed it. Reed picking back up the disc. Reed punting the disc down to the end.
Hey, good part, good part. Hey, let's get down there. What's the deal? You man is on. Person! On your man. Home! Home! You can't let it go on that side. No strike.
Point. All right, new point, new line. Destiny, Raven, Madison, Crystal, Luke, Lucas, and Steven. Disc is in the air. Disc is in. Luke getting it over to Lucas. Lucas getting it to Destiny. Destiny looking for the throw. Destiny getting it back to Raven. Mason! Woo! Coming in on a D line, we've got Rachel, Brandon, Crystal, Ashley, Luke, Madison, and Mason. Hands are up for STAX. Hands are up. Luke pulling. A beautiful pull! All right, Luke over to Brandon. Good recovery, Brandon. Brandon over to Mason. Get off that line. Mason, unfortunately, that is a drop by Madison. Hand blocked by Brandon. Ashley getting it to Luke. Luke getting it to Brandon. Brandon getting it back to Luke for the reset. Luke getting it up to Mason. Mason getting it to Luke. Luke running it down to Brandon for the point! Charles, Destiny, AZ, Kyle, Lucas, Heather, Erica. Reed was just crossing the field. All right. Dang, okay, coming right at me. Walked it down the field. That is a point for STAX. Okay, coming in on a new line, we are on offense. We've got Heather, Mason, Rachel, Kyle, Ashley, Eric, Steven. Hands are up on the opposition. Hands are up for Solar. Disc is in the air. Boy howdy, that is coming way out. All right, stacked up. Disc is in. Kyle getting it up to Eric with the grab. Oh, wind took it to the ground, unfortunately. Wind took that disc away, unfortunately. That is Kyle to Steven. Steven getting it over to Rachel. Rachel back to Steven. Steven getting it to Mason. Mason throwing it up to Rachel. Rachel looking for The throw, Rachel back to Kyle. Wind is dead. Kyle up to Steven. Unfortunately, a throwaway. Timeout called. Disc is in. Nice. Way to go, Kyle. Stacking up on end zone. Watching the wind. That is Eric to Steven for another point. Alrighty, we are coming back off of first half into second. We are up 1.76. Coming in on defense with Heather, Ashley, Rachel, Luke, Mason, Erica, and Cam. Hands are up on both teams. Ashley pulling the disc.
There we go. Nice. No round.
Oh, that is a drop. All right, SpongeBob called. Ashley picking up the disc. Ashley getting it over to Erica, not in.
Like the drill. Oh my God, like the drill. Like the drill.
Little too low.
A little too much like this.
Yeah.
Go back.
Not in. That's okay. Nice.
Luke picking up.
Luke picking up. Luke throwing it up to Cam. Unfortunately, a drop. Where the fuck is the disc? It's a point on STAX. I didn't even see where the disc went. Solar coming back on the next point. We are on offense. We've got Brandon, Madison, Destiny, Raven, Crystal, Brett, and AZ. Disc is in the air. Brett picking up. Brett getting it over to Raven. Raven getting it back to Brett. Brett looking for the throw. Brett getting it up to Crystal. Crystal back to Brett. Brett getting it to Madison. Madison, take your time. Madison getting it to Raven. Good grab. Raven getting it to Brett. Brett getting it to Raven. Raven looking for the throw. Someone. Raven. Pick called. Disc back in play. Fortunately, a throwaway drop, we're not sure. Where's the disc?
One going, back to your right.
Wait to get that DAZ. Disc back in play. Brett picking up the disc. Brett getting it over to Raven. The point from STAX. Solar coming in on the next point. We are back on offense. We are looking at Ashley, Heather, Mason, Steven, Erica, Kyle, and Eric. Hand is up for Solar. Hand is up. And disc is in the air. Ashley got the disc. Ashley getting it over to Kyle. Kyle for the throw. Kyle getting it up to Steven. Steven going for Kyle. STAX getting the D. Running it back and forth. That is a play for STAX. Coming back onto offense, we've got Rachel, Madison, Brett, Crystal, Luke, Lucas, and Steven coming onto the field. Score is currently 9-7, I believe. Disc is in the air. Ooh. Going to Brett. Brett picking up disc. Brett getting it to Luke. Luke getting it up to Lucas. Lucas getting it over to Brett. Brett getting it to Steven. Steven getting it to Luke. Luke looking at Madison. Madison getting it back to Luke. Luke looking for the throw. Luke getting it to Brett for the point. Way to go, Solar! All right, Solar coming in on the next points at Rachel, Ashley, Heather, Erica, Luke. Who is that? Mason. And Cam, I believe. No, Mason and Brandon. Cool. All right, we've got disc in the air. We're on defense, by the way. Trying to move it as fast as possible. There's a drop on STAX. Luke picking up the disc. Luke getting to throw to Rachel. Drop, unfortunately. STAX getting back the disc. And that is Luke picking back up the disc. Punting it down to the end. That's okay. Just moving it right back up the field. There's a point for STAX. We are coming back in on offense with a new line. We've got Destiny, Erica, Heather, Reed, Raven over here dancing, Cam, and Jackson. We got hands up on both ends. Disc is going into the air. Pick up by Heather. Heather getting it to Reed. Unfortunately, a drop by Raven.
Set it up!
What's our force? What's our force?
Come here! Not in, not in! Not in!
That is a point for STAX. We have got Destiny, Erica, Kyle, Mason, Eric, Raven, and Steven coming on. We are on offense. Eric picking up, Eric getting to Kyle. Kyle getting up to Steven. Steven going to Mason. Mason back to Kyle. Kyle to Mason. That is a drop. Let's go, Solar! Stack it up! There's a drop. Kyle looking for the throw. Foul called.
Yeah, come out, yeah, come out. On Steven, on Steven, on Steven.
Right here. Get on this side so it's
Nice! Way to go, Steven! We are coming back in on defense. Score is 11-9 STAX. We've got Rachel, Crystal, AZ, Kyle, Jackson, Ashley, and Lucas on this line. Hands up on STAX. Disc is in the air. Foul called. Disc is down. Solar is headed to the end. Ashley's picking up the disc. SpongeBob called. Disc is up, getting to Kyle's hand. Ugh. Wind took it to the ground, unfortunately. No big, no big, no big. Lucas with the D. Ashley picking back up the disc. Ashley getting the disc to Lucas. Lucas putting the disc up to AZ. Ugh.
Let's go, dude. Don't do back foot out. No, it was a weird angle.